Kara and Tim Smith. And this is our little one, Evie, who's having fun coloring in the corner.
Also known as Itty Bit around here. I started coming before the pandemic. My friend and I would come and have coffee and chat, and we'd sit in one of the booths and do our projects, whether knitting, hand stitching, whatever. As the pandemic started, I was working night shift at the hospital. So on my way home from work, I'd make a detour and come pick up a coffee on my way home before, like on my last shift of the set of 3, just to have something to sip on. Then as the pandemic started to let up and we were able to go into public spaces wearing masks, your patio was open. So I brought Tim and I was like, we're gonna go get coffee. And from there, we just started hanging out and being here a lot.
You guys started coming partly during the pandemic, but more so afterwards when the shop kind of opened back up. It was kind of my Saturday routine to come in and hang out, and while Kara was working day shift or sleeping from night shift, just come in and in a lot of ways work but not actually hired by, help sling drinks and take orders and just have fun jumping in the fray. So your wife, Sharon, noticed that I was hanging out quite a bit and talking and things like that, and just on a whim a couple of years ago was like, hey, we're doing a birthday party for Nate, you should come, and passes me the address. And I went back and forth for a little bit of like, do I go, don't I go? It's kind of funny, but like, yeah, what the heck, we'll go. So Kara and I went and hung out for a couple of hours, and really was kind of the launching point for our friendship and our relationship for the years to come. John, Billman, worked with a very similar company to the last place that I worked. And so, yeah, we were kind of chit-chatting, talking shop, different things like that. So it was a very fun kind of networking event, that, you know, if you will. But yeah, we've helped out with a number of events, from like Freedom Fest to tree lighting
to Coffee Fest. Some of the smaller, like Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin Patch, you know, little October get together. I know I've helped out a lot with coffee roasting, setting up the new roaster. It's covered quite a wide range of things that we've just kind of had fun helping out with. It's been very enjoyable helping you guys and getting to be a part of the journey and the growth and the kind of next new things that you guys get into. My favorites were definitely the tree lighting. But then also when I was pregnant and she was like real little, I love being behind the register and just helping out there just on a normal Tuesday or whatever it was. And just getting to talk with the customers and have that time away from work, but working.
I'd grown up in and around Hilliard. So my dad used to have an apartment over off of Roberts. My mom and stepdad lived
in
Galloway area. So we'd always kind of grown up coming to Hilliard. I can remember lots of fond memories of my dad and I riding bikes from Homestead Park all the way down to Crooked Can and local Cantina are now. Coming in, getting ice cream at Dairy Queen, and then, you know, riding back. And so when Kara and I got married and we were looking at buying a house, it was one of the communities that we very strongly considered because of that kind of family ties, knowing that there are a lot of family-oriented businesses and opportunities and activities and different things within Hilliard that kind of make a great starting point for a family.
We sort of looked all over Columbus, and really a lot of it came down to where we felt most at home, and Hilliard was definitely one of those places where we felt most at home. Also, we are looking at distance from your family as well. We didn't want to be an hour drive from Madison County and being on the other side of Columbus, but also we didn't want to be in Madison County either. Like, we needed a little bit of distance, but didn't want to be too far. And so Hilliard sort of was that perfect medium. And it was because we lived in Madison County before moving to Hilliard, it was sort of that it's close and we can come into downtown Hilliard and be here at the shop, or go walk the downtown, or go places like that in downtown. And so we already knew the area, we felt comfortable, and once we were here, we had our friends and didn't want to leave. There's something about this shop. It has that classic coffee shop feel to it. And it's that very, because it is an old house that was converted to a shop, it is very comfortable and homey, and cozy is, I guess, the word that I'm looking for. And on top of that, I knew when I walked in the type of people I was going to see behind the counter. I was always going to be greeted with a smile, no matter how bad their day was or how busy it was. I knew that they genuinely cared about every single person, whether they knew them or not, that walked through that door.
Yeah, I think the big thing is Coffee Connections feels very family-oriented, and in the true sense of the meaning of, you know, kid-friendly, the annex, things like that, but also like they feel like one big family. You know, Nate and Sharon are excited when you walk in the door. The baristas know pretty much everybody that come in the door and know the coffee order, and it feels almost like that stereotypical diner coffee shop out of something like Gilmore Girls. You know, like it has that just very familiar, very welcoming, everybody knows your name sort of vibe. And I've tried a lot of coffee shops around Columbus and have not had that same kind of experience, where it feels very family-centric, person-centric, and the coffee is there to facilitate it, not necessarily coffee first.
That's not saying that the coffee is bad. Let me clarify that statement there. The coffee is very, very good. But
see previous statement about putting together the roaster.
So true.